So good morning. In this video, I'm picking the most confusing topic, the use of a, and the. So this is very confusing for most of the student or workers or office worker. So in the video, I'm going to clear all your doubts about use of a, and the. So first thing, we use a before words which begins with consonant. Consonants like B, C, D, F, G, H. Most of the students know about the consonant. So like doctor, big car, girl. So here we will use a before doctor because this word is a consonant. B is a consonant, that's why we are using a here. G is a consonant, that's why we are using a here. We also use a before U when it sounds like the word you and before EU. Suppose I'm saying university. University start with U. It sounds like YOUU. So here you can see U is a consonant. That's why we are using a before the word. Here you can see sound like U, start with U, university. So university is starting with a vowel, but it sounds like U. That's why we are using a before the university. Second example is Europe. Europe, the spelling starts with vowel, but because the pronounce is like U, pronunciation is like U, Europe. So Europe start with U. That's why we are using a. Here we use an before words which begins with vowel, like A, E, I, O, U. These are the vowels. So here it is given like an apple. This is A. A is a vowel. I is a vowel. That's why we are using an. We also use an before the word that begins with a silent H, like R. The spelling of R starts with H, and H is a consonant, but we are using an because the sound of H is silent here. I'm pronouncing it R. R it's a start with O. This is a vowel, that's why we are using an here. If the sound is like vowel, then we will use an. If the sound is like consonant, then we will use a. So this is the main rule. Hard H, house. Here you can listen me, house. It start with ha like H. That's why we are using a here. Next, let's compare a and the. So what is the difference between a and the? So when the thing is specific, like a specific thing, like this is my car. So I have a car. It is clear that the car is mine. Then we will use the. If I am saying I just want to go to market and buy a car. Now I'm not clear whose car, which car. Then we will use a or an. And a and an, the, we will use in singular uncountable noun. For example, Mary. Mary says, I bought a CD player and a TV yesterday. Joe says, was the CD player expensive? So two things are here to see. First thing, here we are using a for the CD player and here we are using the for the CD player. So first thing, in first case, when we are starting any story, or if we are starting a conversation and we are talking about any particular thing, so first sentence will start with a or an, and in rest of the story we will use the for that particular object or thing. Like car, in first sentence we will use a car, and in rest of the sentence of the story or the conversation we'll use the car. So this is the difference. Now here we usually use a and an with a noun to talk about a person or thing for the first time. This is what I'm talking about. Like if we are starting any story or conversation, and the first time we will use a for that particular thing or object, and in rest of the conversation or story we will use the for that particular object. Like a CD player, we usually use the when we talk about the person or the thing again. The CD player, the one that Mary bought. Here second thing is given, like CD player is specific now. It is clear that CD player is of Mary. So that's why it is clear whose the CD player is. The CD player is of Mary. That's why we are using the here. If it is not clear, then we will use a or an. However, there are some special uses of a and an and the. Like we use a and with prices, frequency, and the speed. Like prices, it cost 2 euros a liter. Means the price or cost of a liter is 2 euros. So here we are using a liter. This is the price given. Frequency, a drink about 3 cups of coffee a day. Means frequency is given here, 3 cup of coffee, 10 cup of coffee, or 5 bottles. The frequency is given here. So we are using a day. Speed, you are driving at 90 miles an hour. So here we know that we had to use an. We use a and an before 100,000 millions, like 100 people, 1,000 people. We use a or an for talking about job. If we are talking about our job, we will use a, like I'm a banker, bank manager, or I'm a clerk, I'm a taxi driver. We use the when there is only one of something, like the moon, the sun, or the Eiffel Tower. May I turn the TV? So here we are using the because we know we are talking about the TV which is in my room. This is my TV. Where's Mary? She is in the kitchen. So before the kitchen, we are using the because we know where is the kitchen. We use the with musical instrument like the violin, the guitar. Works cited. These are some different things are given. So this is the use of the and an. In my next video, I'll explain more about these things with brief explanation.